Hello everyone, welcome back to Sawdust and Circuits. Today we're testing something that honestly feels a bit like cheating physics. Air amplifiers. If you've never heard of one, don't worry. I just started recently seeing these weird trumpet-shaped nozzles claiming that they can increase airflow using only clever geometry. Basically, the idea is you force high-speed air through a narrow nozzle, and then it drags the surrounding air with it, multiplying the total airflow. So naturally, I had to 3D print one. Now the question is, do these actually work? Or is this just another internet engineering miracle that just turns into disappointment and sadness in about 6 minutes? Today we are going to test two different electric dusters. The first is this small Chinese battery-powered unit that doesn't even have a brand on it. The second will be the legendary DataVac. This sounds like a miniature jet engine preparing for takeoff. Next we will compare airflow speeds with the 3D printed nozzle and the original about 10 inches away from the meter. If you enjoy weird engineering experiments, 3D printing, and projects that may or may not launch small things across the room, subscribe. Now before we start testing, let's quickly talk about what these actually are. An air amplifier works using something called the Venturi effect. Compressed or fast-moving air exits through a tiny gap around a ring, which creates a low-pressure area, pulling in surrounding air. So in theory, you're not just using the blower's airflow anymore, you are bringing in extra air from the environment. That sounds amazing, but there is a catch. Most of the demonstrations you see will be using compressed air systems. With very high pressure, we are using electric dusters, which are more about airflow volume than raw pressure. So this test may go very differently. And honestly, that's why I wanted to try it. One of the things I noticed while designing these was proportions matter a lot. Too small of a throat opening and the airflow becomes restricted. Too large and you lose the Venturi effect. So I printed multiple versions before landing on this final design. Let's start with the battery-powered duster. For how cheap this was, it's actually pretty handy. It's rechargeable, lightweight, and way quieter than a shop compressor. And honestly, these are perfect for keyboards or just clearing your bench off. So first, let's establish a baseline. The battery model hit 17 miles per hour on low, 19 miles per hour on medium, and 22 miles per hour on high. Next, we'll try with the nozzle installed. 16 miles per hour on low, 19 miles per hour on medium, and 21 miles per hour on high. That was actually a bit worse. Next, the DataVac. Okay, with no nozzle installed, it looks like we're right around 26 miles per hour. Now with the nozzle, we're only getting 20 miles per hour. It's very interesting because I swear I feel more airflow when the nozzle is installed. And that's part of the issue. The volume might go up, but the focus goes down. It's possible that this is creating a lot of turbulence as it exits the nozzle. The only way to see that is we'll have to add some smoke. Here we will be using the Smoke B unit that I featured in an old video. It lays down a heavy smoke, so let's see what happens. It can be very hard to film smoke, but with the tip installed, you can see a lot of air being drawn into the side. That is the Venturi effect working. But the exit is wide. There might be some solutions for this, but it was fun to make this project. This was designed just to push directly onto the front of a lot of these air blowers. One thing I did not expect was how sensitive this was to dimensions. A fraction of a millimeter difference changed the entire performance. That's actually one of the coolest things about 3D printing though. You can prototype weird ideas and just spend a few cents in filament. Honestly, even when projects fail, they still teach you something. And this project definitely made me appreciate how much engineering goes into something as simple as moving air. Now, do I think there's room for improvement? Well, I want to test longer taper sections, adjustable gap sizes, and maybe even multi-stage amplifiers. But let me know what you think in the comments. Did the results surprise you? And would you use one of these? Also, if you've experimented with Venturi designs and air amplifiers, let me know, because honestly it feels like one of those engineering rabbit holes that just gets deeper the more you look at it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.